Hey guys, welcome back to another interesting video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to work on this Samsung Galaxy A04. all right, and it's having touch issue. All right, the screen is showing but it's not responding to touch sensitivity. So I'm going to show you how to do this step by step, but first let me show you that the phone is not touching. Okay, if you're interested in our online or physical training, please make sure you DM us on the numbers on the screen and we are going to get back to you. All right, and we are going to help you become a better technician. All right, don't forget to like this video. All right, let's press the start button. As you see, it's not pressing. All right, this phone came from another technician and he told me he has tried several screens but the phone is still not touching. It's not responding to touch at all, so he has to bring it over to me so that we can help him to troubleshoot and repair it. So if you're a technician, you're having this type of issue, this is the best video for you on how to troubleshoot step by step this type of problem. The first thing you need to do is to do physical inspection. As you can see, the board is very clean. There is no sign of damage, burnt, corrosion, or any form of irregularities. All right, except from the shield at the back side is opened. All right, so yeah. All right, I'm going to remove the cameras, the attachment first, then head back to the microscope and let's take readings. It is very, very important that you use your schematic diagram when you are taking readings of each data lines. Okay, now I want you to pay close attention at the readings on the screen. Now my multimeter is going to be on the left part of the screen right here. So the first pin is not reading. As you can see, it's not reading. The second pin is responding. The third pin is responding. 0.5, good reading. That's GND. That pin is responding. Okay, that pin is also responding. All right, this pin is also responding. All right, so we are going to check the extension of these pins that I've read, and they're going to give the same value except for the first one. Okay, all right, if you are interested in our online training or physical training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen. We are going to help you become a better technician. All right, that's the first pin right there and it's not working. Let me test it first. Reverse the probe. See, it's not working. It's not responding at all. Now this line, where does this line go? That's the next question we need to ask ourselves. If you want to know how I was able to detect this, please join our online training for more details. All right, through the help of the schematic diagram, I noticed that the line runs through into the CPU. All right, the CPU, and is right here. This shield has never been opened. As you can see, it's still clean. All right, so we are going to open it up so that we can proceed with the job. All right, don't forget to hit the like button if you are learning one or two new things from our videos. All right, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. All right, removing the shield, you have to be very, very careful because if the temperature is too high, the board can damage, and if the temperature is not enough, the shield will not open. Okay, so you have to master the temperature and the airflow from your alter station. So this will give you a very good remover, and some people can just use cutter to cut the CPU area, just to instead of removing the old stuff, they just need to use cutter and they'll cut it. But I prefer removing the old shield so that I can see what is going on. I can have enough space to work. All right, so as you can see, the processor is MediaTek. All right, 6765V MT 6765V. All right, you can see me applying the heat resistant tape on the eMMC. All right, so that the heat will not be much on the eMMC. So I'm going to remove the CPU right now. This is the process of removal. I don't want you to forget. All right, you see the way I'm slicing through. If you want to learn more of this, you see I'm actually fast forwarding the video. But if you want to learn this step by step, both online and physical training is the best for you. All right, we are going to learn step by step. We don't, you will see how we remove this. All right, so don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're interested in our physical training or online training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen. All right, now the CPU is successfully removed. The next step to do, next step to take is to apply low melt solder on the pad, so that it can mix up. Okay, as you can see, this CPU is having what we call black glue. Okay, black glue. Some CPU do have white glue depending on the phone, depending on the product. All right, so this one I'm working with is black glue, and the black glue is always very, very difficult to work on. It requires you to be to be a professional. So if you want to be professional and be able to take this out, you need techniques. There are techniques in taking it out, and with that, those techniques are what we are going to teach you in the online training and the physical training. Very, very important. All right, once you master the technique yourself, you'll be great. All right, just pay close attention at what I'm doing. You can learn one or two things. So sucking those balls with the solder wick, and you'll be able to have a flattened surface. And heading back to the IC itself, which we know as the CPU, central processing unit. All right, this chip is very, very important on all mobile PCBs. All right, so this is the process in which I'm using to remove the black glue. As you can see, the black glue is also on this CPU as well. So you have to be very careful so that the heat will not be too much. Once the heat is too much, all right, this CPU will stop working. So you have to be very, very careful. All right, if you want to be guided on how to do this, please join our online training and physical training. These are where you'll be able to get the real information on how to go about all this. To some people, this might look like a magic. Some people don't even know how to do reballing. Some people don't even know how to clean. All this will be sorted out during your training with us in our institute. If you come for physical training as well, you'll be guided physically on how to go about all this, all this stuff. So look at the way I clean that IC. Look at how it's glittering and it's shining and it's properly cleaned. So that's how to go about it. Now I'm going to place the stencil on it. I'm going to place the right stencil on it. Some people, when they are reballing, they complain, the balls are bigger than each other. The stencil is stuck with the IC. I don't know what's going on. The balls are not sitting on the pads. All sort of problems that people face during reballing. All these things will be sorted out during your training with us, and you will learn a lot of stuff right there. Right, so if you're interested in our online training or physical training, please make sure you DM us on the numbers on the screen, and we are going to be able to help you become a better technician. All right, now I'm done with the reballing. I'm just reflowing so that all these balls can sit properly on the pads. And look at that balls as they are formed, very even. Now heading back to the PCB itself, you will notice that there are some lines that joined each other right here. So what I'm doing right here is to separate those lines with my UV glue. I'm going to secure it with the UV light. All right, so it's very important to do this. For me, I choose to to separate the lines with the UV curing oil, so that when I place the IC right on it, it will not have any problem. All right, so this is the process of doing all this. This does not mean that I'm the one that caused these ICs to join together. That's how it has been made from the factory. But if you are not very, very careful, if you brush too hard, you'll find out that you can cause all these lines to actually join together. All right, so all required techniques and constant practice, then all these things are very, very easy. All right, so now I'm done with separating those lines, and now I'm placing back the CPU so that I can secure the CPU back on the PCB. All right, now all these things, some people it looks like magic. All right, but all you need to do is to take a step, to take courses online, take courses physically, and you'll be able to, you see yourself flying and scaling high. All right, so that's how it is. I'm done reballing the CPU and I've placed it back. All right, now it's time for us to to check if the touch sensitivity is back in place. All right, so and it is very, very important that you should clean, all right, when you're working. Let me remove the PCB back so that we can take another reading. That's the first thing that I should do first before testing the PCB. Remember, the first line was not reading at all. All right, now I'm going to take another reading after reballing the CPU. All right, just to see if the line is connecting now or is still not connecting. If you are enjoying our videos, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Look at that, and it's connecting right now, 0.59. Very, very good reading right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure that this is gonna touch properly. Let me take the reading one more time so that you can see the first pin, the first line was not reading, now is giving us reading. All right, so now this is a proof that doesn't matter if the phone is coated with black glue or yellow glue or indigo or violet color glue, it can also disconnect. That is the lesson of the video. It can also disconnect, right? The glue does not allow the the IC, the pads, not to have partial contact, although the glue is for water resistance, to resist water. So anyway, let's move on. That's not where we are going today. You learn all those in the online training or physical training. If you want to know more about our physical training, online training, I have made a video on my live. Just go under live videos that I've made and you'll see the details right there. Now I've powered on the Samsung Galaxy phone. Now it's time for us to see if the phone is gonna touch or if it's still not gonna touch. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go start. You see that response right away. That's a very, very good response. Let me press it one more time. I agree. And look at that. They've even run software. They were thinking that it's a software problem. All right, so now you've seen how we're able to troubleshoot and repair this device. If you're interested in our online training and physical training, please DM us on the numbers on the screen and we're going to help you become a better technician. All right, it's very, very important. This phone is working perfectly well now. As you can see, the technician will be very, very happy. Thank you for watching. I'm going to see you in another video. Peace. Like the video now.